Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Greensboro Planning Department has released its latest quarterly GSO 2040 Comprehensive Plan Report. Read about the implementation progress being made across the city toward reaching growth goals. The report is available on the city's website along with other department updates. This report summarizes some of the work the city is involved in to bring the goals and vision of GSO 2040 to life, such as the soon-to-open Bailey Village, a new development near downtown featuring apartments, retail space, a restaurant, dog park, and other outdoor spaces for residents. May marked another successful bike month, complete with events encouraging the use of the two-wheel transport. The economic impact from Wicked, appearing on stage last fall at the Stephen Tanger Center for the Performing Arts, is estimated at more than $11 million. The planning process for the Fleming Road area continues with a workshop scheduled for Wednesday, June 22nd. Stay up to date on GSO 2040 implementation by signing up to receive an email when a new report is posted online. Simply submit your contact information on the e-Notify page and select GSO 2040 in the news section. The Greensboro Human Rights Celebration and Morningside Awards will take place in person to recognize local human rights champions. This event is on Wednesday, June 29th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Colonnade at Revolution Mill. This celebration spotlights local human rights champions along with 5 Dudley High School seniors. They will receive the Morningside Homes Memorial Awards given in memory of Caesar Koss, James Waller, William Evan Sampson, Sandra Neely Smith, and Michael Nathan, all killed in the Greensboro Massacre on November 3, 1979. The awards recipients will receive checks in the amount of $1,979 for their commitment to furthering social justice work in their career and/or education. The Colonnade at Revolution Mill is located at 900 Revolution Mill Drive. Due to limited seating, registration is required on a first-come, first-served basis. Register by sending an email to Jody Stanley. The event will also be streamed live right here on Greensboro Television Network and the City of Greensboro's YouTube channel. The city's Ad Hoc Committee on African American Disparity will host its monthly meeting at 6 p.m. on Thursday, June 23rd. Participants and the public can join the meeting via Zoom, or they can call in by dialing 301-715-8592. The Ad Hoc Committee on African American Disparity was established with the goal to review policies, procedures, and regulations that create barriers to success for African American residents. Members research policy and procedures, obtain community feedback, and make recommendations to the Greensboro City Council regarding ways to improve resource access for African American populations in the city. Also on the Human Rights meeting calendar, the Commission on the Status of Women will hold its regular monthly meeting at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, June 28th. Participants and the public can join the meeting via Zoom using this meeting ID and passcode. The mission of the Commission on the Status of Women is to improve the quality of life for women in Greensboro. The city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
How well do you really understand food labels? It's an important step in making healthy choices. Let's talk about what you should look for. The first thing you should look at in a nutrition food label is the serving size, because that's going to differ from the portion size. The nutrition serving size is based off of 1 serving of that food and beverage. You may eat more than 1 serving, and you'll have to account for that on the facts label as far as total calories, fat, all of those things. So the percent daily value, or capital D, capital V on the foods label, is going to be a guide for you as far as how much of one nutrient you should get per day. And that's based off a percentage out of 2,000 calories a day, which you may need more or less of, depending on your stature, activity level, things like that. As an example, if a food label has 5% daily value, that's going to be 5% of your needs of that nutrient per day. So when you're looking at the total fat in a product, you'd also want to go underneath that and look at the breakdown of the fat. So trans fat, saturated fat, and unsaturated fat. For saturated fat, or fats that are solid at room temperature, you'd really want to look to limit those, or again, have no more than 5% of your daily value for those foods. For trans fats, I'd really recommend avoiding foods that have trans fats. They're man-made, they're not natural, and really not something that you'd want to consume on a regular basis, whereas unsaturated fats are your healthy fats, and those are things that are helpful for your joints, for your brain health, and those are liquid at room temperature. So when you're looking for sugars on the nutrition fact label, you really want to focus in on those added sugars, because those added sugars are what you'd really want to limit or avoid. That doesn't provide any nutritional value in your diet, but does add up as far as your daily caloric allotment pretty quickly. You should definitely be looking at vitamins, minerals, and fiber that's listed on the facts label. Getting a variety of those types of nutrients is all really important for daily functioning, and also preventing illnesses, for anemia, osteoporosis, all those things you hear about that you get later in life. For daily fiber requirements, for adult males it should be somewhere around 37 grams per day, and adult females somewhere around 25 grams per day. And you can find those in any fruits, vegetables, or whole grains. And eating a variety of those foods, eating foods with color, making your plate colorful is all a really great way to make sure you're getting that variety. Thanks for joining me today. I hope this information has been helpful. If you're interested in more information, go to conehealth.com/healthyeating. I'm Lisa Balestrino.
Kids and teenagers in Greensboro will have a safe place to hang out during the summer break, and the city is creating shared space on the roads by adding new bike lanes. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department is once again hosting the summer playground program. Energy at the park is free and will be offered at 4 neighborhood parks from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Mondays through Thursdays. The program begins on Tuesday, June 21st and runs through Friday, August 5th. Rising first graders through 15-year-olds are invited to take part in supervised sports, games, crafts, and a free lunch. Parents or guardians can register their child at any of the following participating playgrounds: Hampton Park on Four Seasons Boulevard, Heath Park on Holtz Chapel Road, Sussman Street Park on Sussman Street, and Woodmere Park on Autumn Drive. The program may be canceled due to severe rain or extreme heat. For more information, visit the Parks and Recreation website or call Mel Melton at 336-373-7502. In street construction news, the 2 northbound lanes of Summit Avenue between Yanceyville and Dewey Streets are closed. This will allow crews to install a new sewer line. Signs have been posted in the area. The detour to avoid those northbound lanes is west on Yanceyville and then east on Bessemer Avenue to get back on Summit. The 2 southbound lanes in the work zone will remain open, but motorists may experience delays. The work will take place 24 hours, 7 days a week for several more weeks. Work schedules can change based on weather conditions and equipment availability. For more information about road closures and to request email notifications about upcoming construction work, please visit the city's website. Construction crews are installing the city's newest bike lanes. Nearly 2 miles of bike lanes are being added to the Washington Street and 16th Street sections of Holden Road. It's part of the city's annual paving program. On South Holden Road, the 3rd lane of traffic is being removed to install a buffered bike lane on both sides of the road from Patterson Street up to the Wendover Avenue interchange. This section connects to bike lanes along Spring Garden Street. The Holden Road bicycle lanes will be extended further south to Vandalia Road as part of future street resurfacing projects. The Washington Street project is nearly complete. The 16th Street bike lanes are finished. This new segment from Yanceyville Street to Summit Avenue connects with an existing section of bike lanes east of Summit Avenue. The city's bicycle and pedestrian plan calls for adding 77 miles of bicycling facilities. To date, approximately 69 miles have been added. For more information about the benefits of bike riding, visit the city's website. The Greensboro Public Library is hosting a panel discussion featuring local and national journalists representing the African American community. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you about the Anthems of Change. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Greensboro Public Library is known for convening community and creating inviting spaces for people to learn and share ideas. This will be the case when the library hosts its next discussion panel. Joining me now to talk about Anthems of Change when journalists gather is Beth Sheffield. She is the manager of adult programming and book clubs. Hi, Beth. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for joining me. Always love the programs that you host, and you're coming up with a discussion panel. How did you come up with the theme Anthems of Change when journalists gather?
So it actually started during our One City, One Book a few years ago. And of course, COVID happened, and so we decided to continue the theme of Anthems of Change, and also because we have a wonderful exhibit up at the Greensboro History Museum right now on the Democracy
Now.
On Democracy Now. And so we are kind of partnering with the History Museum and celebrating that by doing some programming related to journalism at the Greensboro Public Library.
Wonderful, and that's a great collaboration with the museum. They always have great exhibits for people to stop by and look at. Who will you be featuring on this discussion panel?
We are so honored to have Bakiri Sellers, who is the author of My Vanishing Country, which was one of our top 3 picks for One City, One Book. We've tried to do some programming around all 3 of the books. Of course, the top pick was There by Tommy Orange, and we celebrated that with a wonderful discussion that you helped us facilitate back in the fall. And so we just wanted to continue on. We had a lot of people vote on all the books, and we wanted to honor the voting that our community picked for One City, One Book, and honor all 3 of the top 3 books. And so we decided to do a panel called When Anthems of Change, when journalists gather, and it's going to be a conversation with Bakiri Sellers, Afrika Kilimanjaro from the Carolina Peacemaker, and then Siobhan Riley, who is with Spectrum in the Raleigh area, but she grew up in Greensboro. And all 3 journalists are journalists of color. And we want the perspectives of, the media industry has, African Americans in the media industry have historically been underrepresented. There was a great study by Pew Research that only 7% of newsroom employees are Black, and 11% of U.S. workers overall are Black, according to the Pew Research Center. And we wanted people that need the representation both on screen and also in the stories that are presented in the news. And so we're gonna have a discussion about that.
Fantastic. Now, how does this discussion panel align with other programming through the library?
Library believes that we're a conduit to destiny, and in lifelong learning, and also sharing the joys of reading, and free and equal access to information, which of course newspapers and everything, while some of them you may have to pay something for, but we want fair and equal representation, and also fair and equal news.
Fantastic. I love the theme and how you've brought all of these different varying journalist backgrounds together for the panel. Where is that panel program taking place, and is it free to attend?
The event is free to the public, and it will be in the Van Dyke Performance Center and the Greensboro Cultural Center. That's 200 North Davie Street. and it will be at 4 p.m. on Sunday, July 24th.
Okay, so people have plenty of time to mark their calendars. What are you hoping participants take away from this discussion panel?
I'm hoping that the audience takes engagement, that they will learn something new, and that they will also kind of hook into some of the other resources we have at the Greensboro Public Library.
Okay, well, many resources you have for sure, and there's something for all ages, and that's the wonderful thing about Greensboro Public Library. And as you said, it is a conduit to destiny and change and education and just all kinds of new experiences. Beth, thank you for stopping by to promote Anthems of Change. I'm looking forward to moderating the conversation. Do come back and give us updates on all the other great programs you're hosting this year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorsett Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The City of Greensboro and Greensboro Science Center unveiled the new features of the Battleground Parks District after more than a decade of planning. This first phase amounts to $5 million of the bond-funded improvements to the Battleground Parks District. The district is a joint public-private tourism effort to promote the local, federal, and nonprofit facilities located off of Battleground Avenue, which include historical monuments, competitive sports facilities, parks, and the Science Center. A few of the new amenities include the Canopy Walk, a 30-foot-tall boardwalk through a grove of towering trees, Flyway, which is a 700-foot zip line crossing Country Park's Sloan Lake and back again, a new 100-person picnic shelter, which is already available for rent, a dog park, food truck area, and new restrooms to serve the Flyway and Rotary Club Carousel. All features besides the Flyway will be open during regular Country Park hours from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. through August. For more information about the activities and attractions in the Battleground Parks District, visit the BGP website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, let's meet our neighbors who boomeranged back to Greensboro.
My name is Phoebe Murray, and I am a consultant in workforce retention and recruitment. I came back from the Triangle area because my family was ready to settle down and buy a home. Charles and I are fortunate that we're both primarily remote workers, so we have the flexibility to work from home at this point in our lives when we're trying to spend as much time as possible together with our family and watching our daughter grow up.
My name is JT Job, and I'm a software developer at Innovations for Learning. I left Greensboro in 2005, and it's changed so much since then. Greensboro is great for my career. Since I work remotely as a developer, there's a fantastic community of people working at a co-working space downtown. I love living in Fisher Park because it's so beautiful. The architecture, the trees, everything that you get with the historic district. And we have the beautiful actual park in the middle of the neighborhood that's just a great place to go walking with your dog.
My family and I love to just get out for walks in the neighborhood. We pop into Deep Roots and pick up groceries to cook for dinner. We love strolling around Fisher Park. It's just a beautiful neighborhood to live in.
I like to joke that this is the second pandemic our home's been through. It was built in 1913, so we know it's over 100 years old. My wife Keela and I are expecting our first, and we couldn't be happier to be bringing her up in this beautiful house in this great neighborhood.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. Greensboro Parks and Recreation is accepting applications for Youth Leadership Greensboro. This leadership development program is open to high school sophomores, juniors, and seniors. The program costs $80, but financial assistance is available. Applications are available online, and the deadline to apply is Friday, August 19th. The curriculum is designed by teens who have graduated from the program. Sessions will take place at the Barber Park Event Center the first Wednesday of each month from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. from October through April. Guilford County Schools supports the Youth Leadership Program. All sessions are considered an excused absence. This program is designed for exceptional students who want to make a difference, become advocates, and solve problems. Topics include diversity, politics, media, health, the economy, and the environment. For more information, contact Youth Development Director Britt Huggins at 336-373-7617. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to Greensboro Criminal Justice Advisory Commission. The GC JAC hosted a forum titled Trauma and Violence, a community conversation on the correlation. The forum featured local speakers from the mental health and criminal justice fields. The group talked about the various roles trauma plays in the perpetuation of violence. To learn more about the Criminal Justice Advisory Commission, visit the city's website. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.